So Disney and Pixar released Turning Red on Disney Plus this past March 11th. And this movie did not come out without being marred in some level of controversy. First of all, Mr. Marshall, have you seen the movie and your thoughts?
It is my favorite Pixar movie.
Okay. I have not watched it yet, but here's the thing I do. Here's the thing
I would say you should watch it with your daughter.
So that is a point I was gonna get to. So I am blessed to be given some of the screener links to see way in advance. And I've had the screener link of Turning Red for a couple of weeks. And I was gonna sit down with my daughter and I was just gonna stream it and we were just gonna watch it together. But Dad's work schedule didn't allow it. So my daughter watched it. My daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, my ladybug, my Leah baby, has seen Turning Red 32 times since it's dropped.
That's what the mama said.
She's watched Turning Red 32 times.
It's let me just tell you, I think more so than there are a lot of strong women protagonists in Disney films and whatnot. This might be the one that is the most relatable to young ladies, period, because it's about a 13-year-old girl. It's about her becoming a woman, and not just and we'll talk about the controversy in just a minute, not just because, the
physiological changes.
Well, that's the funny thing. She uses as an excuse because, as I'm sure you know from the poster and from the premise of the movie, she keeps turning into a red panda. She doesn't know why. In order to get her mom off her back, because she doesn't know what's wrong with her, she screams through the door, my mom, that time of the month finally happened. And the mom freaks out and she's trying to get every single thing that she can to help her out. The dad's in the back like, oh shit. And trying to help her out with that. And then there's another point at which she shows up at school with pads, be like, baby girl, you forgot your pads. And all the kids are like, what the fuck? And she's like, no. But essentially it becomes a giant metaphor for women going through puberty and having their first period and feeling, as I've heard a number of girls say, if it happens at too young of an age or at the wrong time, feeling like you're a freak or a monster or anything like that. They do such a beautiful job of making that metaphor happen. But then you have so many amazing things going on. First of all, she's got her core group of her 4 girlfriends, all very distinct characters who are all super fucking hilarious in their own way. You have the dynamic of her and the mom, and they do a really good job of exploring generational parenting trauma. So did you see Encanto?
I've seen some of it. I haven't seen it all. I got to rewatch it.
Did you see the short film that came before it about the raccoons on the beach and all that kind of stuff?
No.
Essentially what that story is a baby raccoon is really excited about going out and playing with seashells, and the dad keeps being like, bring your little ass over here, stop doing that, and doesn't explain why. But then when there's an attack that happens and the little baby raccoon gets hurt, when he becomes a parent, he starts using that same aggressive ass parenting. But then one day I realizes when the dad emotionally scarred him, he's like, I gotta do better. And so tries to do better by parenting and kind of explaining and showing, etc. Right? So you have a situation here where the main antagonist or the main protagonist, as she's dealing with all of this, she finds out that it's a family thing. And this is, again, you find out as soon as she turns into a panda about it. It's a family thing that all the women turn into red pandas around puberty, and they have this ability. So you have to figure out what to do with it, right? So the main character's mom dealt with a super aggressive tiger mom that was really shitty to her. And so you explore this idea of generational parenting trauma. So that is beautifully explored. The 4 young girls exploring their own growth, that going through puberty. You could make an argument their sexuality, but not necessarily. It's just that they're obsessed with this takes place in 2002. It's a throwback movie. And so it's their version of NSYNC or boys or
boy bands,
Backstreet Boys, boy bands, essentially. They're obsessed with the boy band and they want to go to a concert. So one of the big complaints that have come out of the film, you had 2 big controversies. You had one from this white dude who was like, this movie ain't the one. Did you bring it up? Oh, no, this isn't it.
This is a different one where Manly Man Ho ho ho! I love action horror films. Me, bring on the blood, buckets of it, right?
Yeah.
And then also a manly man who goes, no, make it go away, my eyes.
That's funny. That's funny. So you had one dude, I want to say he was on Cinema Blend, who wrote like, this movie ain't that good. They went
It's
too niche.
unrelatable.
It's not for me. It's unrelatable. Bullshit. Whether you're a guy or a girl, obviously women are going to relate to it more, having to deal with all of that and the boy band craze and all that. But as a dude going through puberty, you remember what it was like when your body was changing. You remember when you were like, Mom, Dad, leave me alone. You remember being with your boys and like trying to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You remember your body going through ridiculous changes. There's no reason, like, to be honest with you, what drives me crazy when someone says, I just don't relate to it. If a film is done,
nothing.
You talking about me, bitch? My point is, are you an Asian girl growing up in Toronto that turned into a red panda? No, bitch, but you're telling me you can't relate to wanting to go do things with your friends and your parents say no and you go out and do your own thing and try and figure it out. You can't relate to the fact that your body started having changes you weren't fucking ready for. You can't relate to having arguments with your parents. Like,
here's the best part. Here's where Blerds in the Hood is going to separate, and I'm going to not separate like split the show up and end, but here's where we're going to separate this, and I'm going to show you exactly how I have to view it, because guess what? I am that you're not. And then I guess
parent, go ahead,
a parent of a little girl. Now I bring that up. My daughter is 8, going on 18. This little bitch. I love her to death, but she got a little fuck. My daughter, I asked her something.
Can you hold your thought for 1 second? Because I think I know where you're going, but it's only because the other controversy wasn't just this dude. There was a number of random conservative Christian white mamas that were like, this movie is terrible. I put it on for my kids, and they were teaching them to disobey their parents.
Bitch, I hope y'all die. I hope all you bitches die.
She goes, and then they were talking about their gyrations. She gyrates at
someone said crap in the movie. How dare they use the word crap? Bitch, I'll choke your soul.
This one mother that put this post on Facebook that went viral was like,
nigga, I don't want
she goes, she gyrated at her mother, and that's how she was like, I'm gonna do what I want. And what are we teaching our kids? Get the fuck out of here now, please. As a girl dad, please tell me what you're about to say.
As a girl dad, I deal with this little heifer all the time,
bro. Come on, man.
This little hooker ain't gonna watch the show because she don't want to watch shit a father does. My daughter is my world. Next to my son's grown now. That nigga's 18, finna be 19. My daughter, they're both my world. Y'all already know. If y'all know me, you know I work for my kids. And I love my daughter. But there's going to be a point in time in life when my daughter is going to hit that moment that I am not going to be able to talk to her about. I am not going to be able to sit with my daughter and say, hey, baby, every 28 days, your little cooter box gonna go ahead and flow like the river. Now, there's some pillows that they make for your underwear that you get to put in. I don't get to say those things. Why? Because her mother's there. But at the same time, yes, I might freak out per se. Why? Because my daughter's becoming a woman, because that means so many other things happen. You know, just like we say boys smell themselves, girls begin to smell themselves. I'm a woman now. I'm grown now per se. But guess what? As a man, I know that's a part of life. I know that my daughter, let me tell you one of the wildest things that freaks me out. My daughter, as any parent will tell you, we have seen our kids take baths numerous times, right? We've watched them from little child to when they grow up, taking baths and everything. My daughter, like sometimes I'll FaceTime my daughter and she'll be in the tub and her mom will FaceTime me. My daughter is starting to slowly develop because why? Her mom developed early. So my daughter has that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to see this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like,
wait. About what?
My daughter's growing breast early.
Oh, okay, got you. But that's the thing that's wild, because people freaking out. How could you depict a 13-year-old having her period? I'm like, bro, you know the average age right now for women going through that? Kristen was telling me this because I knew that.
It's like 11 or 12.
It's at 10. 10 is the average age right now in America. So like again, I remember there's I have little nieces and cousins and shit. Some of them started as young as 8. You know what I'm saying? So, and there you go, right there. Michelle even said it. I got my first period at 10. You may not have as much time as
And
you
again,
think.
and like I said, and Flats Only Please also said, I would appreciate if my dad would have sat with me when I got mine. Like again, I will sit with my daughter, but the intricacies, for lack of better words, her mom is available to tell her. Because all I can say is your body has now changed.
Yeah,
Your body is
Jimmy at 9. Danny Joy saying training bra by 3rd grade.
Yeah, my daughter dead ass in a training bra because her mama was like, I gotta go buy training bras. And again, as a father, as a parent, we automatically, even my son, y'all will always hear me reference my kids as my babies, right? But they're not babies. So to watch this controversy, this bullshit made controversy about Turning Red, about a film, about a coming to age of a young girl growing forward. And I tweeted this, and if you all follow me, you've seen this. I said, so let me get this straight. Adult jokes and sexual innuendos in Toy Story. Watch the first Toy Story. I promise
there's
you.
a lot.
There's a lot.
Woody and Bo, bruh. Fucking
It's
in
a
the second
lot.
one when Jessie shows up, she opens the door, Buzz just goes boing, and his wings pop out, bro. Come on,
right? Like, that's that. Number one, it's cool. Y'all cool with that? Mrs. Incredible being thicker than gyro meat, nigga.
The gyro meat, fuck you,
nigga. Mrs. Incredible out here stacked like goddamn good triple thick shamrock shakes. Y'all cool with that? And it is notated about the sexuality she has that Mr. Incredible sees because of how thick she is from the kids, right? Especially when she puts on a suit. Mike and Scully in Monsters, Inc. at a point are hinted at having a gay relationship. It's cool. No problems with any of those.
I think that may have gone over people's heads, bro.
But it may have. But in general, it's there, right? Mm-hmm. It's there. Mm-hmm. But the moment we start talking about a young girl hitting puberty and possibly having a period,
it's dual, man. It's one of it is that, and the other one, which is why people wanted the dude over on CinemaBlend, it was because it wasn't about some standard white family and the shit they were going through. I love Inside Out. It was about a white girl that
going through shit too.
Moved to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Part of his whole thing, he was like, I mean, he said it in this thing. He was like, I mean, I respect it. Disney's doing their thing, but it was hella Asian and hella Canadian. Again, you're telling me you can't relate to a human being just because they're from a different culture. Like, I do not understand the lack of empathy to be able to do that.
We've said this before, and I know a lot of people like, oh, these are blerds, these are black guys. But recently, white people have been showing a white ass. There's no other way to call it, if you will. There's no other way to call it. But also, I want to go
to is that true? And Inside Out, Riley is gender fluid. I haven't seen it in a long time. I didn't catch that. Maybe I missed something.
I'm gonna tell y'all the last time I watched Inside Out was when I was in the hospital after I had to have my trach. So that's a long time.
Well, okay. So there was one other.
I know I'm about to go to it.
Yeah,
so Disney Plus also introduced the Netflix Marvel series: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, Defenders, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. Nope, not that one.
No, but that's not the one you were just talking about.
No, I'm cutting this. Let me do this.
Do what you
Stop.
Want. Do what you want.
Goddamn light-skinned people. So, clearly, the people who were putting the thumbnails together.
If you're going to fix it.
Disney Plus decided that when they put up the new Marvel Netflix series, that they were going to put up any picture they could find and say, oh, that's the character, use that as a thumbnail, and decided to use this from the episode of Rabbit in the Snowstorm, season 1 of Daredevil. Now, this looks like Daredevil, but if you're familiar with the show, you know, in fact, this is Wilson Bethel, who played Bullseye, and he was dressed as Daredevil. Well, shouts out to the homie Riley Silverman. She decided to tweet them about this, and the Daredevil was like, Disney Plus was like, oh shit. And so they changed it to the correct thing, which is this one. Charlie Cox beat the fuck up. I just wanted to make sure I included that.
I mean, that's fine. I thought you were just showing in general it's on there now, but this is what they put up first. It doesn't matter. It's not.
That's why I had it 1 and 2. Notice how I had it 1 and 2. That's why I had it 1 and 2.
The last thing.
No, shut the fuck up. It's why I had it 1 and 2. I said what I said. I ain't scared of you.
This bullshit needs to stop now.
You probably
fuck around and find out.
It'll stop with another $53 though. Blerds in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. All full episodes exclusively available on Twitch. www.twitch.tv/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.